Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to clean or descale this Cuisinart 2-in-1 Coffee Center, model number SS-15P1. So the first thing you're going to need is some distilled white vinegar. You don't need all 64 fluid ounces, but 64 fluid ounces, this jug is $1.50 from Walmart. So is your clean light on the coffee maker side? That's letting you know that it's time to descale the inside of your coffee maker. I'm going to divide this video into two. The first video is going to be about the coffee maker side. The second video is going to be about the K-cup side. You use white vinegar in both of them. So briefly, I want to discuss, if you have hard water, you may need to do this more often. Now, when that clean light comes on, that's letting you know it's time, but you should be doing it before the clean light comes on. Kind of get on a schedule of doing this between every 3 and 6 months, because once that clean light comes on, that means it's gotten pretty bad on the inside, and it's definitely time to clean it with white vinegar. Now, here's a Cuisinart coffee maker. Now, on the coffee maker side, most coffee makers are pretty much about the same on the inside, and I cut this one open. So you got your water reservoir, and then the water comes down. And in the bottom here, and I'm sure, I haven't cut this one open, but I'm sure in the bottom of here, it's going to look exactly like this. This is underneath the burner. This is the heating element. So the water comes in, it gets heated inside this heating element, and then it gets shot up to the brew head. Then it comes out up here and brews your coffee. So I cut the heating element open. This is what we're descaling. So this is an aluminum heating element. And this one, you can tell it definitely needed descaled, but calcium and hard water deposits build up on there, and that's what that vinegar does. We're going to be putting it in there, and it's going to be cleaning it out. And then we got to flush all this out with fresh water. So I just wanted to show you what the inside of a coffee maker look like and what we'll be descaling. So the very first thing is, make sure you remove your carbon filter. If you forget, then I would probably change the carbon filter, but just go ahead and remove it. We don't want to be running that vinegar through it. And again, for the K-cup side, which in my second video I'll be doing. So I've got the carbon filter removed. Now the instructions say 1/3 vinegar to 2/3 water. So what I'm going to do is I got the coffee pot here. In order to get that ratio, I'm going to put up to 4. I'm going to go up to the 4 mark with the vinegar. Now this stuff kind of stinks, so make sure you got some ventilation when you're doing it. So now I'm going to take this over to the sink and fill the rest of it up with water up to the 12 mark. Okay, so I filled the rest of it up with water. Make sure you put your lid on. You're going to need your lid on for this process. Make sure the filter basket is in, but we don't want a filter in or no coffee in, so make sure that's nice and empty. So we're just going to dump the vinegar and the water right back here. Okay, so that filled it up to the top. It's not quite to the 12 mark yet. So I'm going to close the lid. Make sure you close the lid. Put the coffee pot in. Now again, this does stink when it's brewing. Okay, so make sure the coffee maker is turned on the right side. We're going to make sure the switch is in the brew position. We're going to hold this clean light for 3 seconds. So see how it started flashing red? I'm going to let up. Now it's in a cleaning mode. We don't want to touch any of the other buttons. It's going to go through a cleaning process. What's going to happen is it's going to brew some of that vinegar and water and then stop. Brew a little bit, then stop. Brew a little. It's a timing sequence. What that's doing is that's letting that heating element kind of heat up and cool down. Heat up and cool down with that vinegar, and it's going to break free some of that calcium deposits. So you might see some white specks in here or inside that filter basket. That's what you're seeing. When the unit is done with this automated process, it's going to beep at you 5 times, and it's going to turn the coffee maker off. So you don't have to worry about the warming plate being on during this cleaning process. So you can go do something right now, and then just make sure you come back when you hear the 5 beeps. Because then, once this process is done, we've got to rinse it with water. So see, it brewed a little bit and then it stops. It makes you think that it's not doing anything, but the red light's still flashing. All it is a timing thing. See how it like stops? And then it's going to start back up again. Okay, so we're right about the 30-minute mark. It's finishing up. It's still flashing. Okay, so it beeped at us to let us know it's done, and it turns the coffee maker off. If your clean light is still on after this cleaning process, it says repeat it again with the vinegar. But since our clean light is out, now it's time to do a freshwater rinse. So we're going to take this over to the sink. We're going to dump out this. Now be careful, this is hot. We're going to dump out this vinegar and water and wash this out with soap and water. So that first part took a little over 30 minutes. Now I've got fresh water. We're going to run fresh water. Again, you're going to want to take this out, wash this off with soap and water, and then put it back. And then you're just going to put the fresh water back here. Okay, so we got our fresh water back here. We're going to close this. No filter, no coffee grounds. Now you're just going to put it in the brew position. You're just going to do a normal brew. So the instructions say just to do one normal brew of fresh water through here. I like to do 2 pots of fresh water. Each pot's going to take about 12 minutes. And again, this will take about 12 minutes for each pot of coffee, and it'll beep at you when it's done. And like I said, I like to do 2 fresh water rinses on the coffee maker side. So you need to give yourself about an hour to do the coffee maker side. My next video is going to be, so if your clean light comes on the K-cup side, I'm going to show you how to run vinegar through on the K-cup side. If you got any questions on the coffee maker side, please leave your comments down below. And thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.